How much can you cool down from taking all your clothes off? You can't, can you? Hello and welcome to Horticulture. Just doing any physical work gets me hot. I used to make clothes and basically I had to do it naked because I got so hot. So anyway, I've learned one or two tricks over the years because I work outside all the time in all the weathers, and if I had to choose, the last weather I would possibly choose to work in would be hot, over 20 degrees. Someone said, do you want it pissing down with rain or do you want it over 20 degrees? I'll go for the rain, thanks. Today, well, we're at the beginning of a mini heat wave. Heat wave. It's going to be 28 at least today. I know people in other countries, they laugh at people in England, but you know, we don't have ways of dealing with extreme heat or extreme cold, basically because it happens so rarely. Like, we haven't had heat like this for a few years. I thought what I'd go through today is I'd show you my dealing with heat routine. Basically I suffer with the heat because I've been working outside most of my life and being active. I generate heat, so in the winter when it's really cold I generate heat, and when I walk into my house, which is a stone cold cottage, it feels warm even though I haven't left the heating on. The opposite in summer, of course. I open the door and it's like walking into a fridge and it's lovely. So one thing I have got regularly, and it's happened many years, is that I can get sunstroke in February. Yeah, nausea, headache, really, just feeling generally ill. I've only ever thrown up once, and it was just a single time, but so I know. Basically my warning is, if I start sweating and then I sit down and it doesn't stop after 10 minutes, that's it, I'm in trouble. So basically what I've learned is, because it's over the years, like I say, 13 degrees is my limit. And because I'm working, you know, I'm doing a lot of physical working. I'm walking about pretty much all day, every day. That's what I do. And then I'm standing on sloping, uneven, rocky ground, holding a big heavy machine, cutting stuff. All the easy gardening jobs, they're just so, they happen so rarely and get done so quickly. But there you go. So yeah. So the first thing I do is I take sage, a sage capsule every day. Someone recommended it to me, and as soon as I started using it, it actually helped. I could really feel it helping. So that's my first thing. My second thing, I'm already at work and I've got a list of things that I need to do today. So what I'm doing is I'm going round and I'm working out what order to do things. One thing that you can do when it's hot is to walk slower and to go in between. I mean, normally I would have my umbrella as a sunshade, but to walk slowly using as much shade as you can. Right, now this is my extreme sun protection. Works in heavy rain as well, because like I said, waterproofs aren't waterproof unless they're really thick and heavy, in which case you can't move or do anything without getting boiling hot inside. So at least with this, the air can go, that I can put my hand between, so there's room for air to go through. It needs a little bit of adjusting. It needs to be slightly higher and over that way a bit, but it does for the moment. I've just had a bead of sweat go down and sting my eye. It does make going through low branches and places like that a bit cumbersome, but you know, it keeps the sun off my neck and it has helped in stopping me from getting heat stroke. Well, I'm halfway through my day and I've drunk half my water, which is probably only 1.5 litres so far, so I probably haven't had enough. But I'm off into shade now. Use a fan, they're brilliant. This is falling apart, but I've mended it with a bit of wire. I have got others, but this is the one that's broken and still works, so this is coming to work with me. Okay, well, I've just been and strimmed down here with the docks. Still wearing this. God, it is, you know, it does save me. I really don't know if you can see. I mean, look at that. That's the trouble. Not a lot of people know this, but in the summer, and even when it's warm, especially when it's muggy, if you wear eye protectors, they can steam up within seconds of you putting them on. So it then becomes, you put them on, 2 seconds later you can't see, so you got to take them off and give them a wipe, cool them down, then you put them back on again, and you know, it is so hard. Even with a face thing, it still happens. Obviously a face grill, it doesn't, but then you can get tiny bits go through the grill, and I wouldn't risk it because of past experience. Yeah, so I've used this, and I've got all the docks via using a strimmer sideways. And here's another method. I can't use a hat because a hat will cause lots of sweat. So in desperation, I mean, really, this is going to cause quite a bit of sweat, but not quite as much as a hat will. So I'm going to try this. I'm off on the tractor now, but I'm not going to be that much in the sun, only just to get to where I want to work. So, the shortened version. Drink plenty of water. If you're outside doing hot work, every half an hour have, I think it's every quarter of an hour, have a quarter of a pint, but at least every half an hour have a, you know, an amount. Number 2, take salvia, sage, because it works. One of its qualities is it works to make your blood go round slower, cools your blood. 3, walk in shade as much as you can. 3, walk slower than you would normally. Force yourself to walk slower. 5, assess your work that you've got to do in the day and in relation to the sun, and also the exertion of the work you're doing. Number 6, use a parasol. Number 7, use a fan. Number 8, stop for frequent breaks, like depending on what the heat is, every quarter of an hour stop for a few minutes, or every half an hour stop for a few minutes. Number 9, the cooling method, and a really good one if you want instant cooling, is to plunge your wrists or ankles, or both, into cold water. Right, well, I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but I feel very ill. And I haven't done anything like mowing or strimming today. I've cut some trees down, which is yeah, but it wasn't for long. I can feel the back of my head, top of my neck aches. You know, that could be from work because I was using a long pole earlier, but I've got lots of sweat, and it's not seeming to stop now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these in water. There you see oh, that's lovely and cool. There's to cover your wrists over the pulse points. Oh, that's better. Wow. Oh yeah, that's cold. Normally what you could do if you haven't got something like this is to either put ice on your wrists or run the tap over your wrists. Oh yeah, that's better. It's almost instant. Like it's instant, because certainly, I don't know, which way do you go? Which way does the heart pump? From that way. So like, you know, it's coming out, getting cool on the way back in. So it's pretty much boom boom, and that's it, instant, one pump. I really should have done that earlier. I didn't think I needed to. It's quite weird putting your hand in a in something like that without knowing what's there. Look at it. Or put your wrists under running cold water, because this has an almost instant cooling of the blood effect. It's brilliant. I do it a lot. It works. So you can use a trough, you can use a bucket, or you can just use a running tap, or a pond, or whatever's available. That's number 9. I'm sure there's 11. Well, let's put it this way. As soon as you sweat, it comes out and starts stinging your eyes. Now, there is no point that I can put it on early enough in order for it to stay in. So if I wanted to put sunscreen on for it to stay in, I'd have to do it before I wake up in the morning. That's how bad it is. Even if I was to do it, you know, I get up at 6:30 and I'm at work at 8. But even if I was to put it on at 6:30, it would still be coming out and pouring out with the sweat. That's how difficult it is. I'm in the wrong job, aren't I?